In this video, we will be reviewing the IDA project page of the annual report that is only available for industrial development agencies, or IDAs. The IDA project screen is where IDAs report required information on all projects for which they approve financial assistance. The IDA is expected to act as the conduit for this assistance, monitor the success, progress, and cost benefit of the project. The IDA is responsible for collecting project information annually from the project applicant or occupant and entering it into Paris. As a reminder, this is a roll forward screen in Paris. That means that all IDA projects that were active at the end of the previous fiscal year will roll forward to the current fiscal year after certification. All fields can be edited the first year the project is entered in Paris, but once the project carries forward into future years, most fields will be locked, with few exceptions. When adding IDA projects, authorities will have the option to add a single project at a time or multiple projects with the bulk load and export for bulk load features. Please note that there is a standalone video that will walk you through the bulk load features. The bulk load is intended for those authorities that have many projects to report each year and may not be the appropriate method if your IDA has a small amount of projects. Starting here on the IDA project list screen, you would see projects that have carried forward from the prior fiscal year if applicable. These projects that have rolled forward will need to be edited for the updated annual values such as tax exemptions, pilots, and current FTE fields. You will click the Modify button to open the project to add the annual values for the reporting period, or you can modify existing projects by using the Export for Bulk Load feature. To report a single new project, we will use the New button to open the IDA project entry screen. As a reminder, all fields with an asterisk next to them are required and must contain information before the page can be saved. If you have questions regarding the meaning of any of the fields on this page, you can review the Definitions button that can be found in the bottom right of the page. For additional information, please use the links for the Paris Handbook and Paris FAQs that can be found on the bottom of our screen and along the left-hand side. When you are entering information for an IDA project for the first year, please make sure that you are referring to your board-approved project application. This is to make sure that you are entering all of the correct and agreed-upon details in Paris. A project should be reported for the fiscal year in which the written agreement is legally executed with the project developer. Benefits should not be given until that written agreement is made. IDAs are expected to track the pilot payments to be made by entities and ensure they are made in a timely manner. IDAs should also be obtaining annual job information from the businesses benefited by IDA involvement. Please note that IDA should not be certifying reports with incomplete or inaccurate job information. Once you have filled in the required fields, don't forget to click Save before moving on to the next screen. If you are adding a new project type categorized as bond/notes issuance, the associated debt will also need to be added to the schedule of debt by adding a new debt issuance for conduit debt on the current debt screen of the annual report, which is a separate page from the IDA projects page. For more details, please see the ABO's video regarding reporting current debt. Once we have returned to the IDA project list page, you will see several other buttons. To review a list of your authority's completed projects, you can click Completed Projects. If you would like to indicate that your authority has no active projects, click No Active Projects. Confirm that this is the case and click Save. A common source of confusion we see is when an existing project should be considered a new project, or when an existing project should be closed and replaced with a new project. There is additional information and guidance that can be found in the Paris Handbook, but a few examples of when this can happen are when the project owner changes, financial assistance is extended or altered, additional debt is issued, or if the debt is refinanced. If one or more of these situations occur, the existing project should be closed and a new project should be created.